Ugh. Back again for another round. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this world. I try to be nice in this video. I mean, how are you guys? I don't want to try and figure out the truth. I'd start explaining to me where I'm wrong and where I might possibly be wrong, but you fucking idiots like to just tell me I'm crazy without telling me why. It's because you don't want to face the truth. But hey, that's the easy way. Not facing the truth. But does it end up being the hard way in the long run? Hey, maybe you get to pick and choose while you're here, but maybe after she's all gone. Hey, were you really willing to face the truth? You know what I mean? Hey, those of you who think you're heroes and can't stand up and fucking say something like Triple T, like if you guys can't admit to yourselves, like weapons of mass destruction never fucking existed. A lot of dead people exist though. No, they don't exist anymore, right? No, 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 no. But the people who caused that, they just get to kick back and relax and can't figure out that they might be part of the deep state. You know what I mean? Old Prescott Bush and his son, the Bush, passed it on to the other Bush. Hey, Nikki, how's it going? Feeling good about Trump? Feeling good about him? I know most Americans are and should be, but not really if they're fucking really paying attention. It's kind of, hey, I have a question for you, Nikki. Bryce Mitchell gets a lot of flack right now over what he said. Hey, have you ever watched war footage of the Germans? Do they look like they're not ready to give it and go? Do they not look like they believe in what they're fighting for, too? A lot of that stuff Bryce Mitchell said was true. There was a bunch of sickos running around. You know what I mean? The kind of people who would let fucking men play against women in sports and say they're women. Those kind of sickos. You know what I mean? Ones that would want harm to children. Those kind. You know what I mean? They wanted that sort of stuff all cleaned up. Yeah, all cleaned up. Similarities. This guy's better though. This new guy, he's slick. He's got the art of the deal. But the deal is, some people can read him like a book because they have Jesus, and we know he don't, or we think he don't. We might be wrong. You know what I mean? But hear me out. Like, you don't think to build a strong nation? Germany was a strong nation, right? Try to get your people behind you. What better way to do it than use the filth that tried to destroy you? You know what I mean? Look at this is what I'm trying to say is Hillary Clinton. He Trump told you guys how crooked she was. He told you all how she deserved to be in fucking jail. Nobody paid attention to that when he came into office. He just let Hillary be. You know what I mean? Would he be? But hi, he's going to take down the deep state, but only when it benefits him, I think. You know what I mean? But he thought, hey, I let this go. They'll let me go. No, like a lot of the shit they were throwing at Trump, I do still believe it was just trash. Like, how do you put a person in court about a fucking loan that got paid for and the interest? Nobody's hurt. How do you do that? I don't know, but you guys did. And that they couldn't have found a bigger cuckoo brain to say that Donald touched them. Do, do, do you really like, hey, Why did it take so long to come forward? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We should be teaching women to be strong and come forward right after it happens. That way you make sure the son of a bitch who did it to you gets caught and he pays a price. You know what I mean? But too many women are scared to say something because some of these men are powerful and stuff like that. And they're worried their lives will get destroyed and they're kept in silence. And then they're shamed by the person that the public deems. Anyways, you know what I mean. But yeah, I always found that Hillary thing to be kind of weird. You know what I mean? Doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that fucking Billy Boy was on fucking Epstein Island. But I do a lot of thinking too on the side. Like if Donald Trump was truly for the American people, you think he would have been trying to help out those Republican senators and stuff like that with the stuff that they were trying to, but no, he wants to make sure he gets credit for it. I just want to let you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Tennessee Representative Marsha Blackburn, she had the hots for Dick Durbin, trying to get the Epstein list. You know what I mean? It would be the right thing to do. Your FBI is awfully fucking lazy and stupid. You know what I mean? Like, and you guys are okay with it. We don't care who fucks children. We just let those child fuckers just keep on continuing, FBI. We don't need to know. You guys know what's best. Just let them run around on the streets. You know what I mean? They're the richest people in the fucking world. But hey. But anyways, I was thinking, why didn't Donald Trump come out and go, hey, American people, can you guys help Marsha Blackburn out and find out why Dick Durbin doesn't want fucking Epstein's list out? He might be part of the deep state. You know what I mean? He don't want information out there that might hurt him or his friends. Or are they holding Dick Durbin's? Are they threatening him or something? Like, what's going on? Like, that's not a hard ask. Hey, who are the child fuckers? Society just doesn't fucking care. Hey, this Diddy case can go on forever, even though fuck, how many people have told you guys that fucking P. Diddy's a fucking fed? And how many times does the story have to be told that P. Diddy probably has a pimp daddy too? You know what I mean? Who's P. Diddy's pimp daddy? But his pimp daddy will probably never get touched. It'll stop at Diddy, and nobody was at those parties but Diddy. Who knows? Justin Bieber could fuck all that shit up. You know what I mean? By just telling the truth. But hey, sometimes when you get involved in that sort of stuff, you get involved. You know what I mean? And it's hard to come out and say the truth because then you'll have to say the truth about you. But meanwhile, if you actually came to the people and they understand how you were groomed to repeat the cycle, you know what I mean? But whatever, maybe Justin's just a really good guy and never did anything bad. And but then again, he did go through a bad stage, but every child kind of does, and that's where they're supposed to kind of learn. We're supposed to guide them and help them. But who was there to guide Justin? You know what I mean? P. Diddy. Usher? Usher. Yeah, okay. All sorts of weird. Yeah, so there was that. Why didn't Trump like because he wants to come in and he wants to make sure he's the one that gives the fucking like where was he on this fucking common knowledge shit that he wasn't telling the public? Hey guys, what about fucking Ashley Biden's diary? Like he could really have helped James O'Keefe out there, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Who will James O'Keefe pick? God or fucking Trump? Now, I see I got two people watching. Who thinks Trump's with God? Who thinks Trump's with God? I'm not asking whether he's doing good stuff for the American people because, well, some storm person in my comments who says I delete stuff, and no, I don't. If it's getting deleted, it's getting deleted by YouTube. I don't delete shit. Tell me exactly what you think, exactly who you are. You know what I mean? But Anyways, like, fuck, it's the little things you can catch Don on too. He's such a lover of God, right? Lover of God, Bible. I can show you the videos. Bible, best book ever. Art of the Deal, number two. I think Art of the Deal comes first. I'll tell you that one. Because, hey, it's being interviewed, and they're like, hey, you love the Bible so much. What are some of your favorite verses? Oh, that's a personal thing. No, it's not, you shithead. You should be using those verses to inspire. What verses inspire you, Trumpety Trump, Trump, Trump? Dong Kong? Ah. Then they ask him another question. Hey, bud, what do you think's more important? Or whatever. What do you like more, Don? Do you like the Old Testament or the New Testament? And Don's like, I think they're both equally important. They're just both so good. Good, the Bible, good. They're just but then I got this video of him going on a Christian show, right? Of course, they're gonna ask him, so he's gotta have something to give them, right? So somebody told him envy and Proverbs, and well, that's what he says. He speaks of Proverbs and envy. I'd like you guys to hear anything that has to do with Proverbs and envy. It's fucking amazing. Because he says, hey, people envy me because I'm me. Just want to take me down. Rich people don't even like me. I'm fucking so much better than them. They're scared of me. But anyways, I saved these. Okay. I do like this. This is a proverb, but it's not one to do with envy. It's he who fears the Lord has a secure fortress. Hey, I ain't doing this for myself. I don't like doing this shit. And for his children, it will be a refuge. You know what I mean? One day. One day. Oh, here's one here. Do not envy the violent or choose envy of their ways. Does that sound like, I don't know. It is all sorts of not what Donnie was trying to lay out there. Okay, here's the other one. Here's another one. Why do I keep losing people? I can't. Don't let your heart envy sinners. God, always be zealous of the fear of the Lord. You should always fear the truth. If you're going against it, you should fear it like a mother trucker. It's like, I don't know. I That's the thing. You guys are all sitting in fear. You don't want to admit to what you've done. Like, hey, anybody who went to Iraq, it was for the wrong reasons. Not because you did them for the wrong reasons, but because somebody told you they're the right reasons and they were the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? Hey, a lot of people died for fucking no weapons of mass destruction. But hey, you got Saddam. And Netanyahu, he couldn't tell you enough what a threat fucking Saddam was. You know what I mean? All sorts of weird. But you guys aren't. Can you guys show me that Donald's not a big old dictator right now? I can show you guys a video. It's fucking rather disgusting. I think I got it saved. Maybe I'll share it. Old Donald there saying Canada's not putting up their portion of fucking to secure our country or whatever with NATO or whatever. I get it. Hey, pay your fair share. I always said that. Like, Hey, you wanna be a part of something, you should pay your part. You know what I mean? But here's what Donald says. Pretty much, Canada is such a piece of shit and delinquent that, if Russia had a problem with them, I'd probably encourage Putin to fucking take them. That's your fucking president saying shit like that, and I can prove it. Got the videos. You can go check them out for yourselves. Now, like I said, we should be paying our part, but Donald shouldn't be sending a message about what a piece of shit my fucking country is and how his little buddy Putin, anytime he wants, come on over, we're not gonna help them. Yeah? Did you get that? Did you get what he's fucking throwing out to the universe? Instead of saying, "Hey, Canadian people, your fucking government is a bunch of delinquent motherfuckers. Probably the same shitheads that are fucking destroying our fucking government as well. You know what I mean? Spending shit on stupid shit and not taking responsibility for the stuff you should be responsible for. But instead, you're fucking investing in fucking child mutilation and making sure everybody feels comfortable in the bathrooms together. And if you don't want pee-pees in the bathrooms, we'll fucking punish those who fucking. Oh man, this is all sorts of fucked up. Instead of standing up for the Canadian people saying, hey, your government's a fucking problem. Instead, he says, hey, Putin, anytime you want to invade these fuckers, I don't care. This is the thing. I know Trump's not with God and he's the fucking loser, dude. Like, losing. The thing is, he's taking his flying monkeys with him because they want their piece of the pie. I have it in my comments. Just, hey, Greenland's for our benefit. Our benefit. It's so we can defend ourselves. And we could be really prosperous off the fucking minerals and shit that are there too. There's hardly any people even there. Like, who even owns it? That's what a little narcissist would do. Like, who even owns it? That's narcissism. That's the devil, disguised as an angel. Hey, Hitler was the devil, disguised as an angel to his people. Do your fucking research. You know what I mean? But it's just not Greenland. Like, come on. When you guys were fucking handing all over that, well, we were doing it too in Canada, hand over fist to Ukraine, all over NATO encroachment. You know what I mean? Just hand it over. We never said, hey guys, there's an endless well here. Just keep coming back. You don't have to pay it back. We're more than happy for you to save your fucking democracy. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, we're just emergency acts against convoys. Hey, you think that's when your neighbor would step up and say, hey, maybe there's something wrong going on in Canada. Maybe that's when Trump could have stood up and said, hey, what's going on in Canada? Justin, you do know you're working for the devil, right? Like all your people wanted, all they wanted was a fucking conversation. And my little dictator wouldn't have a conversation with them. So we had to fucking fill all Ottawa up because he wouldn't have a conversation. At least Canada has a little fucking fight in it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to use fucking violence or pressure to fucking, you know what? Just all we want is fucking conversation. But here's the problem: Canadians are too fucking nice most of the time, and that's Satan. You gotta want the truth. Sometimes the truth comes with fucking a harsh reality. Nobody wants a fucking real reality. Like, I don't know what else does Trump want. Oh yeah, now he's taking Ukraine's fucking rare earth and shit like that, giving pieces back to fucking Russia. And now, oh, we were dangling that fucking NATO thing in front of them. Now it's like, hey, no way, Charlie. Now you're gonna sign our fucking deal because you got no one to help you no more. No one to help you no more. And well, What you gonna do, brother? Slip, slap, I was taking a bath. Oopsies. Oh, Don Don's not a dictator, is he? Who does the Don Don work for? Or is he the main dude? He did say the president is the motherfucking power on one of those things. The deep state ain't the power. That's in the president's hands, or gonna be. And with that power, because, well, hey, we paid to destroy Gaza, so it's only fair that we get it. You know what I mean? Hey, we'll make sure it looks Netanyahu. We'll make sure you looks like you had no part of wanting to take it over. We'll take it over. We'll help you out with your war crimes and shit like that. We'll make you look like a good dude. The art of the deal. You know what I mean? Hey, Trumper, you're making deals with old Sainty Claus over there. I'm telling you, old Netanyahu, I don't think he's playing with God. You know what I mean? A man that would just blink of an eye, so many children. You know what I mean? But who knows? And I'm not speaking about the Jewish people. I hope the Jewish people wake up. They can pick God or they can pick Netanyahu. Do your investigations. Is Netanyahu with God? You know what I mean? Is he following those 10 commandments? You don't even have to go any further than that. Is he following those? Because, like, I don't know. If I was Trump, or even if Netanyahu was a man of God, you know what I mean? Before it even, why should Trump be dealing with their fucking problems? Netanyahu should be coming out on a world stage if he was a man of God and saying, hey, Palestine, we don't know what your problem is. Hey, we want to be good neighbors. You guys need to get some good leadership so you can build for yourselves. You don't need our help to build. You need leadership to get you to the point where you can build yourselves. But do we want that encroachment on Palestine? Is there things in Palestine that we want? And that's what we can let the make the perceptions that we want happen, or I don't know. All I know is people easily follow. Should have learned from the Nazis, you know what I mean? Hey. Joseph Gerbert Goebbels. You're Elon Musk. Oh, Elon loves Trump. Oh, he loves Trump. Oh gosh, I'm not gay, but I love Trump. What the fuck is this? Uh, I don't know. I just Elon might be a good guy. I don't know. But he tells you AI, you gotta watch out. It's very dangerous. In the wrong hands, I'm gonna make you good stuff. We're gonna have them everywhere. They will know you better than you know you to service you the best. And and hey, we know those videos probably are fake, but there was that nanny or whatever that said that fucking Elon's mother said that he would build the fucking mark of the beast. He wouldn't be the Antichrist, but he would build. Hey, that video is out there. I'm not making it up. You know what I mean? If it's a lie, hey, so be it. I don't know. You don't know what to believe these days. Obama, he just throwing shit out there everywhere. I'm an American. Hey, we got this little press conference over here saying, hey, no, you're not. No paperwork anyway, sweetheart. Those are fakes. And hey, Obama, if you're ever watching, fakes bakes. That's what I thinks. And your thing stinks. You know what I mean? I think I do think there's a war between Trump and the other side. Like the other sides, I don't know who's sicker. The Americans are better off with one side, that's for sure. You know what I mean? Satan was very obvious within the Kamala and Biden, and but you guys bought onto that. Like Like, I would like, I could never figure out why the American people would never rally. They couldn't figure out that Biden was a total avatar and had no idea what the fuck was even going on. And the people couldn't stand up and say, "This is the motherfucker running our country. This is not right." Is this Obama's third term? Because this fucking third ain't making no decisions. They can tell us he is, but he ain't the owner operator fucking. They're all lost without a teleprompter. All malfunctioning. Even Cardi B. Uh, don't mind my script. Where's my script? I can't do this without my script. Fake. But then again, I thought there would have been like when Candace showed that Kamala was writing lies in her book about who she is. You thought for sure she'd get ran out of town as fuck complete joke. But no, no, you can want to be president and just fucking lie to the whole fucking nation, and half of it'll love you. I gotta check out. I gotta check out and see if RFK got in there. I don't know. I don't know about RFK. One thing I do like about RFK is he likes Carl Jung. And Carl Jung, you remember, I think was a prophet of God to try to show people the way in a psychology way. But we took the Freudian way because, well, we like Fruit Loops. I think Fruit Loops are dangerous. You know what I mean? I think so. I think they are. I think they're not good for our children, but hey, cereal's not that expensive. And well, hey, Kellogg's even says, have it for dinner, lunch, and breakfast when times are tough. Oh, fuck. Meanwhile, they're hurting our children. Fuck, do you think we could build something a lot more healthier than what we fucking give ourselves, eh? Then again, we tell ourselves that the fluoride in the water is good for our pineal glands. No, I don't think so. California. No wonder it's a Democrat state. Well fluorided. Look at little me. He's not a Democrat, but he's just fucking. But what I find a kick, I get a kick out of all these Trump guys like JD Vance and this other guy. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Hey bud, Jesus would not be fucking letting you guys take over fucking Gaza. Wouldn't be letting you take the fucking minerals and rare earths that belong to Ukraine that never would have fucking started as a war that never would have started if you guys just would have fucking kept your paws out. You know what I mean? But hey, you have to go check that out for yourselves. Like, how did that war start? Hey, Bill Gates told you guys before the war. Ukraine, one of the dirtiest countries in the world. Dirtiest, right out of the lips of Bill Gates. Go Google that. Does Bill Gates say Ukraine? But then again, just a few short while later, there you all are with your fucking Ukraine pins, fucking fighting and funding the fucking democracy of Ukraine, one of the dirtiest countries in the world. And Zelensky's on the level, ain't he? Like, I'm sorry, guys. Sean Penn, he gave that Academy Award or whatever to Zelensky. He's not that good of an actor. You know what I mean? He's really digressed since Spicoli. But rumor has it he might be fucking a Fed too, eh? Who knows, eh? You need a good actor to tug at your heartstrings. Hey, America, look at me. I'm with Ukraine. My little buddy Zelensky, who can't even fucking put a suit on to come visit us. You know what I mean? He's still got to play the part wherever he is, looking like a fucking monkey. Puppets. Puppets shall fry. Don't be a puppet. Don't go looking to join fucking fan clubs and fucking, you know what I mean? You can be a fan of people, but you know what I mean? Don't take them as your god. Don't believe every word they say. Hey, if you got questions, ask them. And if they get super mad and don't want to answer them, then well, there's a reason why. Listen, you can't hurt somebody's feelings by asking a question that's fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? You just say that's the dumbest thing ever, and this is why. But hey, I did notice, like it's the little things you gotta pay attention to. In the Oval Office, Don refusing to answer questions that he doesn't want to. And then the press secretary, like a good little wench. That's a privilege. And if we don't like what you're saying, you're no longer going to get that privilege. And while he misspoke, he didn't fall in line. And we've told you guys that we're here for free speech. We want all people to cover it. You know what I mean? Not just the ones that like us. But then again, you know what I mean? Old Don doesn't take well to criticism. You know what I mean? What did he say about Candace Owens after she said, "Hey, I really didn't like Donald's stance on that." Kind of got upset about that. He don't like criticism, that boy, but he sure does like to build himself up because everything he's ever done is the best that's ever been done. You know what I mean? But then again, you do have some guy. You gotta have some cojones and some fucking belief in yourself. You know what I mean? To be a leader. But here's the deal: you got to be trying to bring everybody up. And I think Don likes control. But that's the thing about control. You gotta have all your flying monkeys. You gotta make sure they think that you love them. Here's the deal. I honestly do think that fucking old everybody's gonna have to choose between fucking these fucking idiots or God. You can't go around fucking saying you're gonna take Greenland by force. You can't. You want to financially corrupt Canada, like bankrupt us, and have us as your 51st state because you know we have more than you do. That's the issue. He doesn't tell you guys how much money you guys bring in from us vacationing. He doesn't say shit like that. He fucking wants you guys to feel like victims. Like, hey, if we can make them suffer, we make them suffer. We can have a gain off of it. Just like Greenland. If they don't want to give it to us, we'll make them suffer and we'll take it anyways. Hey, I'm using my tools, the things that I know about these people like Zelensky and Netanyahu, and I'm going to get us a bunch of stuff. I won't actually do the right things. But I don't think the Nazis seen themselves as the bad people. But I do think that there were good ones. And I think when the good ones tried to speak out, like say like a Julian Assange who had the balls to, try and show what was actually going on, they got punished and tried. You know, how long did we punish Julian Assange? Like, and we even know that guys like Mike Pompeo were threatening his life. Trump keeps him fucking hired on and working for him. And I'm sorry, people like Mike Pompeo who try to hide the truth and would rather have somebody unalive than show them that they're an idiot. Fuck Mike Pompeo. That guy's in big trouble, I think. You know what I mean? He's riding high with Satan. Bad, 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 bad. He's sheep. The Satan loves his sheep. The goose stepping away. Follow my lead as we conquer, and we don't even have to fight anymore, people. We broke this country in the world, and we're controlling them financially. Gonna make them submit that way, but even though we're in more debt than they are. Trump's a fucking idiot. What a brainwave he is. Like, that's the thing. He thought he was riding high, and he's gonna get caught. He's gonna get caught. That little cocksucking conqueror is gonna get caught. That's what I think. How come nobody talked? Like, I would think that you guys would stand up for your superhero, right? Like, do you guys think that Don Don's living in the truth? Like, here's the problem. He's telling you guys the truth, but you don't care. Like I seen in my comments. You're gonna be the 51st state, Carl. Hey, I don't care as long as I get my piece of the pie. It's just a fucking then again, it's like I said, hey, your workplaces can be little fucking Nazi plazas too. You know what I mean? You can work for a place for 20 years, over 20 years, and they won't give you an investigation. When you try to force one, they they tell you you're not allowed to talk to the people that, well, were involved in the situation. You even got a nice bright letter to tell you that. So that means they must have got a talkings to. You know what I mean? Plus, when you call them and you leave a message and you say, "Hey, can can we have a talk about what went on, like, so we can fix it?" No, Carl, when you get yourself better, you can come back to work. Hey, shit turds, if I don't know what the problem was, I can't fix it. Instead, you let my brain fucking rattle rather than fucking, let's fix this. Am I the fucking problem or is Troy Solinger the problem? But no, we can't do that. Because if common sense was laid out in front of us, well, you know what I mean? But then those people would back a lie just to not lose anything. You know what I mean? It's like the Nazis. Hey, you say something, you're gonna get in trouble. You know what I mean? You want to keep a job? You like the lifestyle you're living, bud? Hey, Jay Jameson, how about I even give you a fucking raise, buddy? How about that? Hey, John Wall, I really wanted to fire you, and I all wouldn't. You didn't think the problems were your fault. Hey, you tell you tell your side, bud, and guess what? I'll give you an apprenticeship. You don't have to drive lift truck anymore. The job, because remember when you were a supervisor and you fucking cried in Carl's office and begged for a demotion just so you didn't lose your job because you knew Troy was coming for you. And you were starting to annoy me because I was working 80 hours a week and you pop in your 45, 50 and but hey, only had to put in 8 extra. But anyways, the workplaces, they can kind of be ran like little fucking Yahtzee plazas, you know what I mean? And there's nothing you can really do about it. You know what I mean? It's all sorts of weird. But when you can prove it and you keep fighting for a way to prove it one day, you know what I mean? Wow. Booked 80 hours a week. My whole life was dedicated to my fucking job. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, when you got a 2 hour 2 hour commute, well, hour and a half commute every day. Well, I mean, well, not all the time to 10 o'clock. Yeah, well. Here's the sucky part. I was putting in a lot of time. And when I did get to go on vacation with my wife, my got her over here. Oh fuck. We go to Vegas. We go to Vegas. I used the opportunity to get some fucking sleep. Can you imagine going to Vegas and all you do is fucking sleep? Then I go back to work, catch up on all those fucking hours again. Then we decide, hey, Vegas wasn't really all that much fun. Hey, want to go back? This time we'll go watch a UFC. Still fun. When you leave the last fight and it's not even done. Because you're too fucking tired. Fucking And it was Colby Covington versus Carl Usman won. It was a good fight too, and I left partway through it. I thought Colby was gonna win the fight when I left, but anyways, it didn't turn out that way. Well, Usman got him in the end. I didn't get to see it though, but it's okay. If you do, life needs mental help. Like, I can ask her right now, am I making anything up about my workplace? No. I have the proof. You know what I mean? I could prove it. Prove it. And if I could look Jay Jameson in the face and say, hey, bud, if there's a God and a lie would put you to hell, hey, buddy, were you ready to go out on stress leave? Did you tell Carl you were talking to your doctor about it? But hey, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out, well, he didn't take the opportunity for the stress leave. He stayed and, well, his little heart, well, he had to get rushed to the hospital. He had some problems. You know what I mean? Stress got to him. But hey, there's nothing going on here. Nothing going on here. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, Johnny Wall. He took like at least a $5 to $7 pay cut, at least. He would drive lift truck from being a supervisor. No, shit was normal. Shit was going on. People just dropped that kind of money for no reason. And hey, here's the best. This is the Pizzista Restos. Hey, if I ever had to get backup Oliver Twisted, there's this guy named Corey. And well, Corey was one of the few people there that had a brain cell and probably realized that the truth was important because God was important to him. And they were doing the same shit to him that they were to me, like really bad. And he has a whole bunch of proof about it. But it got to the point where he had to go off on stress leave, but he worried about, hey, if I say it's because I am, I'm fucking gonna be in, but I need some time away from him so I can gather my thoughts, think about what the fuck it is I gotta do to get myself out of this situation or whatever. So he went on stress leave. But before that, I went to the HR department and told them, I think Corey's going to go off on stress, and Corey never told me. So I wasn't going there, and it was just based on what I thought. I said, hey, Corey's next. I'm telling you guys, he's going to go. And lo and behold, he did go off on stress leave, but because he told them it was personal. You know what I mean? HR couldn't say, hey, maybe this isn't personal. Hey, Corey, let's have a little talk about Troy. Listen, whatever you tell us, we just want the truth. And we'll go about it that way, but no, none of that. Hey, Corey, you take your time off, bud. Take care of yourself. You know what I mean? Corey is a good dude. Like volunteer firefighter, loves God, loves his. In fact, he loved himself so much that he just went back to work for a little bit and he decided, hey, I've had enough. Sold his home here. He just lived over there. Sold his home here and moved way up north. We didn't have to deal with all this shit. And that guy used to be one of Troy's best friends. You know what I mean? This is a man that housed them. You know what I mean? There's some shady motherfuckers out there. And I'll tell you, Troy Solinger, he's a grandioso. You know what I mean? He's right out there telling you he's the best thing since sliced bread. And you know what I mean? He tries to use his power, but he's very nice to you if you play the game with him. You know what I mean? You don't want to lose, do you? why, why ruin everything for the truth? Avoid it. Keep your stuff. Keep living the lifestyle. Even though you know the guy, who's telling the truth tried to kill himself. You keep that little truth to yourself, and well, hey, these people get to go find look God in the face and say, hey, I was willing to destroy a fucking man's life, not only his life, but his family's life, because I didn't want to lose what I had to lose. But then again, what did we lose with Troy Solinger and his stupid ass system? Well, we lost a life. We lost a life, I think. And all I did was try and contact the Ministry of Labor so we could have a conversation and maybe they could take a look into it. But they weren't too interested in giving me a call back. You know what I mean? They didn't really listen to what I had to say, but they were just going to investigate. And if they needed to hear from me, they'd let me know. But hey, that's just a man's life. But were there extra coils laying around because fucking Troy system? Hey, not only that, hey, I got it on good authority that they actually changed the system, the way they worked that day. That was the first day of doing things the new way, the Troy Solinger way, where we had a man on a hole with a hoist working right there along by the lift truck. You know what I mean? Oh boy. Hey, listen, Oliver Twisted. I'm not the brightest guy in the world, dude. But I always told my people, stay the fuck away from the lift trucks. Don't go working with them. Shit happens. I've seen it. So stay away from them so shit don't happen to you. But we get them working in Ministry of Labor is so fucking stupid, right? I don't know. And then I try getting a hold of the guy's best friend. He works at Marwood too. Big bucks, big dollar, big dollar, big dollar. You know what I mean? Group leader of the maintenance department. Oh yeah, baby, big money, big money. Hey, do you think I could talk to the family of the fellow that died and maybe I can let them know what I. No, I don't think that that should be right. I don't think you want to talk to the family about that sort of thing. Hey, no, because I wouldn't want justice for a family member. Hey, bud, I wouldn't want to fucking find out if someone's fucking negligence killed my family member. So maybe it can be acknowledged so it doesn't happen to another family member or somebody else's family member. This is fucking humanity today. Like for real, for real. Like, but then again, hey, things don't make sense to me. They really don't. They talked about how Marwood had me convinced I was such a piece of shit. I wasn't worthy of fucking being here anymore, so I wanted to end her. So when I took a couple days after I fucking didn't succeed, I decided, hey, let's give her another shot. Not that way. Not that way. Well, let's give her another shot. Let's fucking go get some help. So I booked myself into the hospital and asked for help. Now here's the great fucking part of it. Doctor gave me everything I fucking needed to hear in dealing with a narcissist. Is this how y'all? Yeah, fuck, that's hey, you know what I mean? And then I went and did my own fucking research. And then I got into impasse and shit like that and blah blah blah. And I thought everybody was like me, but it turns out no, no, no. I did my own research. Now, what what most humans' advice will be to you about a narcissist is cut the cord, forget about it, put it out of your mind. Well, I've got my own mind. So I started thinking to myself, hey, this is when I started getting into the truth. Jordan Peterson's speech changed me. I thought, I'm going to live through the truth. And if I have to fight for it, I'll fight for it. So when I went fighting to find out what happened at work so we could get me back to work, you know what I mean? It's just big fight. Nobody wanted to give me answers, so I thought, "Hey, you guys wanna play this game? Let's rock and roll." Like, you know what I mean? I'm ready to fight back. All I want is an investigation where you guys tell me what the fuck you think happened, and I get to say what I think happened. But so what happened well, I got super high, just on weed, started messing around on the Facebook, right? Giving out Marwood secrets, things that if they got out would hurt their business. And I said, I warned you guys, I'm not playing. I want a fucking investigation or I'll fucking do this shit. Funny thing is, I get home, the police are picking me up. Weird as shit. Hey, Carl, we gotta take you to St. Thomas Hospital. And I'm like, for what? Well, we got a thing here saying like fucking violence and suicide. I'm like, he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Doctor will just probably talk to you and probably bring you back or whatever. You don't seem to be much of a problem." Like, what's going on? We don't even know what's going on. We just get this letter and we gotta fucking come pick you up, dude. So, you know. So I even have this. I don't know, like I said, sometimes there's a voice inside of me that says, "Hey, do this, bud." So I have record on my phone. Meeting the doctor, the POCU, the one who gave me the great advice about my narcissist workplace, right? So on video, I have this clown saying, "Well, we're just going to keep you, Carl. We don't really know what's wrong with you." And I'm like, "What did I do?" "Well, some of your friends are concerned." And I was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. What friends are concerned? And why would they call the fucking hospital on me? Or what the fuck is going on here?" You know what I mean? But no, no. And I knew when he said friends, I was like, fucking workplace did this. So my narcissist that he told me about, without letting me explain even what the fuck had happened, that I was letting out their he wouldn't let me talk. He just like, "You're staying, bro. The fucking freedom is gone. You've already admitted you got a fucking problem. You're suicidal, bud, and now you're violent." I don't know where they got the violence from, but fuck, you know what I mean? Maybe when I texted Steve or Troy or whatever, and I said, I wouldn't say this now, but I did say it back then. I said, "Suck my dick, you fucking losers." Like, hey, face me, face me. Let me know what the fuck is wrong. Like, you know what I mean? I'd had enough. I wanted to stand up for myself. So that was it. Like, no threats, no way I'm going to beat you up or this or that, or I'm coming for you. No, it's, hey, let's talk. Or I'll start talking all around town. Anyways, yeah. So here's how I know it was my workplace. Like, I should sue Dr. Poku. Like, this is just the first time, right? I go to my doctor, my regular doctor, after I'm out of the hospital, which they kept me for like one fucking day or whatever, or active fuck. I can't remember. It must have been one day, maybe 2 days. I don't know what it was. He was real quick to get me up to fucking 5, I'll tell you that. So, oh, I can tell you why I ended up at fucking 5. For sure. People didn't want to answer questions. I started losing my fucking mind. But I was never violent or fucking suicidal. And I never threatened anybody. In fact, I was the only one threatened. Well, that's not bullshit. I fucking can substantiate that. Well, I very well could. I mean, hey Joe, they they almost took my life away from me. Like the ability for me to make my own decisions based on my money, on my medicine, on everything. For what? Violence and suicide. No, it's well, because I didn't have anybody to talk to. Like, here's the deal. This is the thing. Humanites don't talk. Hey, this is the thing. Humanites don't talk. They won't have a conversation. They fucking think they know everything. That's me. Okay, I'm begging for a conversation, Joe, on this fucking thing with anybody. Hey, Shit's going on in my house. I don't think it's fucking right. Can someone have a fucking conversation? My son shouldn't steal everything I fucking own. He shouldn't be able to threaten me to my face, and he can't do anything about it. It's because we fucking don't discipline our fucking children. We don't. Well, what? Yeah, I wasn't a parent for 20 years. I wasn't allowed to fucking I wasn't allowed to I wasn't allowed to make them cut the fucking yard. I wasn't allowed to fucking get them to clean up after themselves. Their grandma would do it for them. That's why. Well, I'm sorry. You want to go make your video? Go fucking make it. I'll state my whole fucking case. You state your case, and we can find out what's true. Hey, you make your own video because I don't fucking want to be interrupted. I want to tell my story from fucking start to finish. Hey, what violence did I do? Never, none. Hey, anybody ever have a conversation? Joe, I didn't even have conversations when I was in the fucking hospital. The only fucking conversation I really got was I got to show the doctor a fucking video, one of my videos, and he's like, "Oh, there's definitely something in the sky there, Carl, but you shouldn't worry yourself about it." Like, I'm allowed to think that. Yeah. So then the other thing he says is, "Hey, Carl, I think you're on the spectrum." So I take it as a fucking a diss. And he goes, "No, kind of like Bill Gates and Elon Musk." Then, hey, retard, why the won't you listen to me? Why won't you talk to me? The fucking, like, you wonder why people go fucking crazy. They get locked up for no fucking reason and fucking nowhere to go. Who the fuck do you go to? Oh, fuck, Joe, do you want to talk about fucking, hey, do you guys think that if somebody commits violence upon you, they can make the fucking call on your mental fucking health? They're not even supposed to be within your vicinity. Like, that's a fucking joke. Oh, that's a joke. That's the truth. Joe, that's the truth. Oh, you, Joe, you weren't supposed to be anywhere near me. You had an order. No near Carl. Hey, I got a letter saying, hey, get the fuck out of your house. Meanwhile, I go to the cops and I ask them for help. And hey, you're a fucking ingrate. You're this. You don't own any part of that fucking. You don't own any part of that fucking house. And I said, hey, cops, can we make one fucking phone call? And you'll fucking see that this is a lie. No, fuck you, ingrate. Get out of here. Like, this is the world that we fucking live in. It's full of narcissism. Nobody wants to take responsibility for their own shit. And I'm willing to have the conversations. Okay. 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 I've never denied what's happened, but I've never been violent. I've never been suicidal. I've never been a threat to anybody, thinking I was chosen by God. Well, I was suicidal. Well, the very first time, and I go for help, and they're fucking taking my freedom away from me. Uh-huh. I was on so many drugs. I was on weed because I had no one to talk to. Who the fuck? What do you do? And then when you do have a conversation, you're not allowed to have it. You're supposed to take their fucking shit on. I've never taken acid in my life. Never. Almost did, and thought better of it and didn't. Yeah, I took shrooms. I got for well, okay. All right. Doesn't matter what I say. Gotta take on her thoughts. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. This is what I love the most. This is not what I love the most. This is what I fucking hate the most. Is that I do love my wife and I want the best for her. And I don't think that she can accept the simple fucking reality. And that scares the fuck out of me. She can't even come to terms with the fact that Blake Lively might be a fucking narcissistic cunt. Can't even take that leap to try and figure it out because I don't know. Because she read everything. She read all the court documents. I watched some opinion pieces, just opinion pieces. Candace does not lay down the court cases, the evidence, all that stuff. Doesn't happen. Candace is a, yeah, she's on YouTube to make money. Well, so I think she's laying down the evidence. Anybody out there watching Candace thinking, are they so well, that would break my wife's heart to find out that well, Taylor Swift might have been part of it to try and destroy a man. Oh, imagine that. Not Taylor. It could never happen. Hey, Joe, accept it. I thought Upchurch was chosen. Hey, turns out here. I have an open mind. You can change my mind. You can't because Candace is such a horrible person. Right, she's right. Why should I change my mind? I'm right. Why should I check anything else out? Why? Well, I'd ask you about what you didn't like about Trump, and it's the fact that he's trying to take away women's rights. I didn't find that. I didn't find that. No, I have concerns that he wants to conquer country. Like take what doesn't belong to him. You were telling me about women's rights. And meanwhile, he's trying to make it so men can't be in their sports, that men can't claim to be women. Simple shit. Well, he never said anything about he wanted the states to have the uh, taking away rights from women to the jobs. Yeah, he wants to take away women's jobs because Trump has not been hiring women. Not at all. He doesn't have a gaggle of women. Fake faces. It's press secretary, Tulsi Gabbard. Um, well, I'm going to stick up for Trump here. She's talking about church and state, and Trump hired some woman to make sure that Christians aren't crucified. Church and state, they should be separate. Well, no, I think you have to have it. I think you have to have it so people who are going after Christians are treated just the same as the ones that are going after Muslims, who are going after Buddhists. Is ICE going into people's schools? She's making it sound like ICE is going into people's schools. Well, I'd have to see that. I didn't see it. No, I didn't. No, when I come to something, I come to the conclusion that, hey, Carl, you were wrong. Hey, it's that easy. She's saying something about the TSA. I haven't looked into this, but there is a lot of plane crashes and stuff. And, and hey, well, yeah, now it's the eggs are a problem. You lied about the eggs, the egg prices. No, see, I don't. Well, it's quite frankly, he don't give a fuck about the Canadians, Joe. But in order to have a big, strong America, he has to make his people happy. So the price of eggs will go down when the price of gas goes down. No, how do you know this? How do you know the price? I didn't hear about the FDA and all this other stuff. No, you guys aren't testing your beef, apparently. You guys are going to cause an outbreak. You guys can't put out any medical things anymore. You guys don't believe in. Hey, she just told me you guys don't believe in vaccines, and I just seen. Trump doesn't believe in vaccines, but he just had it so the American people can be invested in them. I'm pretty sure I seen that. So when you get you're making yourselves money, you're investors. Well, I don't know how it works, Joe. I just heard that. That's all I. No, I think it's just something that's. I don't know how it'll work, but that's what was said. Well, I don't know. Joe. Well, he signed an order. He signed an order too. He signed an order for no more paper straws too. Plastic straws. He did. He did that. Yep. Well, no, no. That's something that I've seen that women, women, they're fucking oppressed. Women are oppressed. Thanks to Taylor Swift, they're fucking brainwashed and stupid. Hey, Taylor, you're a fucking narcissistic little cunt, fucking spreading your words of wisdom all through the brains about women throughout everywhere. And sooner or later, you're going to get caught. Hey, if Taylor Swift turns out to be part of this Justin Baldoni thing, would you fucking think the same about her? Or is it impossible? Impossible. I'm not saying she did anything. I don't know for sure. I don't know. I just know that if I'm thinking the wrong way, if I'm thinking the wrong way, then it's because Candace Owens has brought the wrong information to the plate. Taylor Swift is a powerful woman and they just want to take her down. They want to steal her success because they can't have a woman being successful. You can't have her at a. How dare poor Taylor? What a victim. No wonder the Swifties rally behind her. She's a real victim. She can't even go to a football game. Can't even go to a football game. And I know 50,000 million more are watching the game because she's on there for crying out loud. She's making the NFL money hand over fist. Uh, Her wives and daughters will now watch football because of Taylor Swift. And that's true. That's true. We want to be just like our icons. We want to be into the same shit they are. And if we think they're good, why shouldn't we? You know what I mean? That's the thing. Shouldn't have icons. God should be your icon. The truth, Jesus, his son, the truth. See, I'm not allowed to have my their spiritual thoughts. God's a joke around here until God's not a joke, and then they've earned their own reward. That's fucking stupidity and fucking ignorance. Hey Joe. Hey Joe. No common sense. Common sense. Well, exactly. I wish you guys could hear my wife right now. And she's saying I should be able to do exactly what I want to do with my life. My body, my choice. If I want to kill a baby, I should be able to fucking do it. You know what I mean? It's just a lump of fucking cells. Okay. Well, that's what you're defending. No, no. Would she personally do it? No, she wouldn't. But no, no. I still can't give it.
we're not allowing women who need to have a medical abortion because the baby can kill them. We're not allowed to have that in certain states.
Well, then that's a different story. Hey, let me explain to them what you're saying. They can't hear you. I got earplugs in. So what she is saying is that sometimes pregnancies will cause the mother's death if they continue with it. Now, if you're going to hold that against somebody, that the baby's going to die anyways, and if you don't do something, the mother's going to die, then hey, I think it should be up to the mother to have that conversation with God or wherever or whoever she wants to have it with. You know what I mean? If that is the case, and anybody who has a problem with that is probably should be an idiot. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If the baby's gonna die and if you don't remove it, you're gonna the mother's gonna die, so you lose both. Like you got to make a choice. You got to talk to God and figure out what you want to do, or talk to whoever you want. But but to be able to run around and we think that hey, we we don't do the right things and then we don't have to pay for our mistakes. Well, I think there's a time where we have to pay for our mistakes. Like, hey, if you got yourself pregnant, that's on you. You don't have to keep the baby. There's tons of people out there that would be more than happy to take that baby for you. But to kill something because of your fucking mistake, to me doesn't make sense. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. This is what I truly believe. God gave us free will. God gave us the free will to decide for ourselves. So if you don't want to believe in God and you want a fucking abortion clinic on every fucking block, use your free will and do whatever it is you do. And if you want to perform those fucking surgeries or whatever it is, then have at it. And just fucking get what you get at the end. You know what I mean? You got this life to live, like my wife says. You should be able to live your life any way you fucking want. But are there consequences? And do you have to pay for your mistakes at the end? Or do you have the right to fucking say, hey, I've made some mistakes. Now I'm going to learn my lesson so I don't make them anymore. So my mistakes are all worth it. I learn from my mistakes and I can help others so they can learn from my mistakes as well. But we don't think that way. No.
It shouldn't be up to politicians if a woman is allowed to make a mistake or make a choice of her own body and her own life.
Yeah, but a woman should know all the options. She should know all the options and then get a choice.
They're trying to take the commodity off the shelf. They're trying to take birth control off the shelf because that's the problem with religion and state.
Is there anybody out there who is losing in USA is losing their birth control? The Plan B pill and birth control. Can you guys please let me know where it might be being taken away from you off the shelves? You can't get it. Anybody from the States, if you can let me know if that's the case.
Why are all the women stockpiling?
I don't know. I don't. Maybe because they're worried that Trump's going to take all the birth control away from them. I don't know. Maybe it's like the fucking toilet paper. Hey, let's fuck our man. Let's take all the toilet paper. Let's fucking gouge for it. You know what I mean? People do that. They get all tied up in a knot and they get all worried about themselves and they want to make sure that.
Women who were planning on having children with their husbands don't have children. They're no longer having children. They're getting IUDs. They're getting Plan B. They're getting all the birth control they can get their hands on because of the fact that these laws are making it so that if there's a complication in their pregnancy, they will not be medically helped by a doctor because it is an abortion. It is called an abortion, even if it's a medically needed.
I'm going to have to take a look and see how many states outlaw abortions. Well, what if you live in a community where fucking 80% of the people say, hey, we don't want people living in our community if they're going to kill babies.
Why is it your right? Why is it your right? Why are your rights your opinion is more important than your neighbor's.
No, 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 no.
No, that's literally what you just said. You tell them that I just said this. That's literally what you just said. You just said that your right and your beliefs are more important than your neighbor's. You get to decide if you're going to do something with this.
So what she's saying is that I'm saying that I get to dictate what all the neighbors around me do. Here's the thing. If we as a community come together and say, hey, we don't believe this is right, then maybe it shouldn't be right. But that should be, but if you want the abortion, hey, the next state over, you might have to pay some cash to get over there to fix your own mistake. But
So hang on. So you go to the hospital because you're pregnant and you believe.
if I could let her, you could hear her, I'd fucking be more than glad to. That's why I'm trying to let you know what she's saying, AD.
If you're going to the hospital.
Okay, if I'm going to the hospital and I'm bleeding because I'm pregnant,
You get to the hospital and the only thing to save you.
and I get to the
hospital
hospital and the only thing to save me is an abortion,
and doctor will perform it. How do you get to the next state before you die?
well, I think you gotta have. No, I think you have to have certain.
Say what I just said.
I just did.
You
I
get
just.
to the hospital,
You get to the hospital and you're bleeding, and the doctor will help you.
How do you get to the next state?
How do you get to the next state before you die? Well, you got to use common sense. Like I said, there's got to be some rules where, hey, if but this is the thing. You've got to come together in common sense. Common sense would tell me that rather than watch two die, if you can fucking fix that, you fix that. It's like fucking Henry Hildebrand.
The law that was passed is abortion is illegal in these states, so they are not allowed to help.
But then you've got to get that information out to the community so the community can come together and figure out what is right. You keep fighting for what you believe is right. You know what I mean by using common fucking sense.
But in the time being,
Oh, fuck.
that's the law.
That's the law. Hey, AD, you guys have problems with fucking abortions over there in Minnesota? Fuck, man.
People who
I'm gonna have to look into this. I don't know.
This is the problem. I'm saying that that's not common sense. And that is what was passed. That is not common sense. You're telling me that, yes, they should talk about this and they should do this the right way. Yes, that's exactly what I believe. So you're arguing what my point is. But my point is that right now, that's the law. And people are dying.
Okay, so she's saying in the law right now sucks. She's not disagreeing with me. Here's the deal. You don't have to be a baby killer just to be a fucking baby killer. I don't think it goes well for you when you meet God. Unless you fucking realize you're a baby killer. And then you come to God and you'll feel some bad stuff and you'll overcome it and you know you're good. Well, that's what I believe. Then why is Kamala Harris? Why was her run so much about my choice, my body, my choice? Well, yeah, and it's based on the states. Holy fuck. What about bipolar? You can't take medication when you're pregnant. Bipolar woman can't be on her meds. So if she's not on her meds, she's gonna hurt the baby.
You can't take meds, so you're gonna go crazy. Or you do take your meds, they hurt your baby. So what's the choice there? Because birth control is not 100%. Sometimes people get pregnant even though they use meds and they use birth control. So that's what they do. They do drugs. They use birth control. They did everything that they were supposed to do. They still
Yeah.
got pregnant. And,
Well, now people who use condoms and they get pregnant now, they didn't want to have that baby because they did try to protect themselves and stuff that happened. You know what I mean? Stuff. Who's paying for those kids? Well, I mean, isn't there a lot of people looking to adopt babies?
every single day in America.
132 women every day who were raped and got pregnant in America. That's what I'm being told. What about them? I don't know. I'm not a woman, so these are not answers I can really try and listen. No, she doesn't even know what the fuck I'm saying, and she's already yelling. My white man's privilege. My white man's privilege. I'm a fucking misogynist. Misogynist. Fucking horrible man. Horrible man of misogyny. Fuck you, Taylor Swift. You brainwashed my wife, and you're gonna pay for it. Hey, okay. So, what about those poor folk who did try to use protection and now they don't want the baby? I don't know. You still played the game. You know what I mean? They get the like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't get pregnant, but I can get somebody pregnant. And if I got somebody pregnant, I wouldn't want them to kill my baby. You know what I mean? Hey, in fact, my youngest, he's a survivor. And I love him to death. And I don't know what I'd do without him. And well, quite frankly, guess what happened? He broke through some protection. You know what I mean? Oh, Carl wasn't quite ready for 3 kids right away, but away they came, and I wouldn't fucking give them up for anything in the world. So I don't know. I don't know. What do you do? I played the game and I got the prize. It's my son. You know what I mean? I don't know. You guys want to kill babies? Let go kill babies. I don't want to fight over baby killing anymore. Hey, do I think that somebody who gets raped? Hey, I don't know. I don't know. Like to me, common sense means that what is it, the plan B pill or whatever? Like if you get raped, maybe that should be an option right off the fucking hop. You know what I mean? Think long and hard before you take it. But hey, it only works for people who are under 150 pounds. Well, how can that be? Can't they work on the recipe and make it fucking better for somebody who okay, nobody believes in science, but we fucking sure toed the line for fucking COVID. But fucking nobody believes in science. Okay? I have to believe that we fucking can you imagine? America should be ashamed of itself that I have to think that the fucking moon landing didn't happen because Buzz Aldrin couldn't put his hand on a fucking Bible. Instead of putting his hand on a Bible saying I went to the moon, he'd fucking deck somebody and they're all mysterious and they're little fucking little press conferences. Like, you do realize America's a joke, right? You never, maybe you did walk on the moon, but that wasn't the real footage. You know what I mean? I don't think so. I think it's all a joke. But hey, what do you guys think? You think Buzz just punched people for the fun of it? Just for the heck of it? But we do know where NASA started, right? Right from the mighty minds of the old Schmittler. The Schmittlers. They all went to NASA. The biggest and brightest all came to America to make a bigger, better world for America. And then they convinced us that we went to the moon. And Buzz Aldrin, the hero, my hero, I wanted to be just like him, punching people because they say, hey, put your hand on the Bible. But then again, what's with Don Don not putting his hand on the Bible when he fucking gets sworn in? You know what I mean? That's all sorts of weird. Usually that's a mandatory thing, isn't it? Something you do, but hey, maybe you only had those cheap Trump fucking China fucking Bibles. AAD? AD, can you imagine? What a fucking hypocrite, eh? Hey, China this and China that. But hey, when it benefits me, if you got a tie you need, I'm going over to China. If it's a Bible you need, and I can't and I will not tell you my favorite verses, those are personal. And I don't know whether I don't know. Do I like the Old Testament or the New Testament better? I don't know. AD, there's ways to answer these things. You know what I mean? See, like, hey, I'll give you a for instance. My favorite verses are usually the ones in red, bud. Want me to read you one? I'll read you one. It is Mark 9:34 or 8:34. And it said, when he called the people to himself with his disciples, also he said to them, whoever desires to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. Wowza, that's one of my favorites. It's a pure indication on what it is you're supposed to do as a Christian. You know what I mean? You're supposed to give up your desires for those of Jesus's desires. The truth. What's the truth? You know what I mean? It's not hard. And pick up your cross. I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't sound like a good time. That means like, hey, you're gonna have to do like Jesus did, and then how you follow him. You understand why that might be one of like, here's the deal. This is really what I think, and I don't even think my wife knows this. Like, I don't know what to believe out of the Bible. I don't trust King James. There's so many variations. Also, a little wordplay can change exactly what you think about the Bible, right? But I do think that God let it get to the way that it is. It is exactly the way it's intended to be. You know what I mean? Do we wake up? Do we figure these things out, or is Carl wrong? I might be wrong. You know what I mean? But here's the deal. I do think that there are a lot of real things in the Bible. You know what I mean? I think the Old Testament gives you a set of rules. 10 of them. Hey, these are have tos to get into the kingdom of heaven. They're really not that hard when you think about them. You know what I mean? But hey, just 10 rules. And then guess what? We're going to have some stories. You know what I mean? And it's stories about men who God came to. And they'll show you how much suffering you have to go through and how much faith you have to have in God to continue to do what it is that you do. You know what I mean? They're great stories. You know what I mean? But in that Old Testament, the greatest thing that it says in the Old Testament is, hey, there's a guy coming. He's going to show you the way. Listen to him. Hear him out. You know what I mean? Follow him. And then there he is. Jesus telling us exactly what we're supposed to do. But instead, the fucking church has got you guys living in some sort of fantasy where this is just what I believe, where Jesus died, just died for your sins, and you guys can act the fool all you want. You know what I mean? You can follow a dictator. You know what I mean? It's not hard to figure out he's trying to conquer. You know what I mean? He's trying to make his people powerful so they believe in him. The more his people believe in him, the more power he gets. Like, you do get this, right? You know what? There is power in the people. That's why, that's why, that's why the devil owns this place. Nobody wants to get with God. Nobody wants to figure out what the truth is. They want to think they know what the truth is. And if they think that they find somebody who doesn't believe in their truth, they're going to smash their truth into their head. They won't have a conversation with them. They'll just smash their truth. Hey, I don't think you're telling the truth. Mm. My wife just said, oh, imagine that. You guys have no idea. I have a total different interpretation, but I'll let you know what my wife's interpretation is. But it seems like I've lost everybody. I might be talking common sense, but I don't know. I don't know. But Don, he knows the Bible. This is the thing. Elon stinks. He stinks. I'd like to get a good look at Trump's ear, to be perfectly honest with you. How do you create a great fear? You know what I mean? I look like a real hero. Like there's people out to get him. You know what I mean? Was that a stage show? Who knows? You know what I mean? I don't know. You never know these days. You got to question things. Did Don have his ear? Did there reconstruction surgery? Because when that bullet hit, that would have left a mark. But I try and see the marks, but my TV doesn't allow me to see if I can see if there's something going on with that ear. I think something would have been left behind. But, anyways, I'm going to go. I hope you all enjoyed the family fun time at the Smith residence. And, well, I'm going to go have a smoke and then I'm going to come back in, and my wife and I can pretend like this didn't even happen. You know what I mean? All right, yeah, folks.